We start swerving everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? We're gonna die. Call the police.
Said I gotta be with you, shorty. Man, I gotta be with you, shorty. I just gotta be with you, shorty, shorty.
Hi, my name is Lexi. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. As you read in the title, it is a little insane. Most of the things that happen to me are insane. So if you want to stick around for more story times in the future, please like and subscribe. And let's get into the video. I used to work at this fast food place in my town. I worked there for like 3-ish years. I worked there with one of my best friends. Her name is Jenna. We're still friends to this day, so I hope she doesn't care that I'm using her name. I don't think she will, but hopefully she doesn't. So I was working there from 16 all the way, I think I worked there till I was like 18, but it was like right before I turned 19. And during the last year I worked there, I absolutely hated it. I started working there 40 hours before I went into college. And right around that time, we always used to say like, oh, we want to unalive ourselves at this job, which is not good, you know, but we were teenagers and, you know, working full time at a fast food place is not fun for many. It's not fun. It was not fun for me, at least, especially at this certain place. It was awful to work there. And this place had like a super high turnover rate, so we were always meeting like new people. Well, this girl came in and we met her and we thought she was cool. I mean, she was weird, but we were like, oh, we should like hang out with her and like become friends with her. So we're gonna name this girl, let's name her like Lee, okay? So Lee was 24 when we at this certain time were 18. So we started becoming more and more friends with her. We're like, oh my God, like, she's super fun. Like, we could, you know, hang out with her. But she was just, like, a little weird. And she had no friends because she had just moved here to be with her boyfriend. And she was from out of state. So we were like, oh, we can hang out with her and, like, you know, take her under our wings sort of thing. Even though she was older than us. But she was a little strange. And, so when we worked at this place, I keep wanting to say its name, but like when we worked at this place, like it was god awful, and like we eventually all started saying how we wanted to like not be there and like get new jobs and whatever. So we bonded over that. It progressed to the point where we started hanging out outside of work. Well, there was this one time we were hanging out, but we were driving her car around, and it was my friend Jenna in the driver's seat, me in the passenger seat, and then her in the back seat. And so we were driving, and she was messaging her boyfriend, and at the time they were arguing, I think, about her like coming out with us. But like we were gonna go shopping or something. I honestly forget what, but all I remember, okay, so we were on this highway to get to like all the shopping centers because we live in like this super small town, or at least I did. I don't live there anymore. Don't live far from it, but I don't live there anymore. But we lived in this small town, so we had to take like I wouldn't even necessarily call it a highway. I don't even know what you would call it, but it was like a road with multiple lanes. So I guess a highway. The speed limit's like 65. Jenna's driving, you know, whatever, and I just said her real name. Oh my God. And Lee was in the back fighting with her boyfriend. Well, like when she fought with her boyfriend and stuff like that, it would really, really upset her. I don't have the right to talk about anyone else's relationships, but obviously it wasn't the healthiest relationship. She started like freaking out, and we were like trying to calm her down, and all of a sudden she's like,
I want to die. I want to die. I want to die.
We're like trying to calm her down at this point, and I'm like terrified because like this is this girl's car, you know what I mean? And so like I'm scared at this point. Like obviously she's got some real problems. Like I was like, oh my God, like are we gonna live through this? Like because she was just like freaking out, flailing, like kicking Jenna, because she was sitting behind Jenna. She was like kicking Jenna as she was driving and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God, like this girl is insane. Like before we knew she was like a little bit weird, but we didn't expect this to happen. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? Not to laugh, because like she has some serious problems, but like I was like, what the hell is going on right now? And so she's like freaking out. She calms down, like super calms down, and the car's just totally fucking awkward. It's silent. We're all like, what do we even say? Like, what do we even do? Like, this is so awkward. It's completely silent throughout the whole car. And then I start like smelling like this aroma, and I'm like, what is that? And it's like spicy. Come to find out, she had taken her mace out of her purse and started spraying it. And I couldn't tell for like the first part of it because she was spraying it like lower. But then she started screaming,
"We all want to die!"
or like something crazy like that. And she started spraying the ceiling with mace. She's like spraying up the front, like the middle, and then starts spraying Jenna, who's driving on a highway, in the eyes with mace. We start swerving everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? We're gonna die. And it obviously, like, it was an enclosed space. And so, like, I'm getting it in my eyes. Like, I'm like, snot is running down my nose. I'm screaming. I'm like, ah!
Oh my God!
And we're like, stop spraying that. You're gonna kill us. And she's like,
I thought we all wanted to like unalive ourselves.
and I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Call the police.
we're swerving. This happens in like 30 seconds. Jenna's swerving all over the place. People are honking at us like, and I'm like freaking out because I'm like,
Holy shit, I'm gonna pass away.
I'm trying to take the mace from her hand. I start to try to roll down the window. Well, she had an older car, so you had to like crank the bitch. I'm trying to crank blind. I'm trying to get this girl to stop. Like, please. I'm like begging her at this point. Like, please stop. Like, please. And so like, I finally get the pepper spray away from her. Jenna somehow, by the grace of whoever, like, didn't crash the car. And, like, we finally, like, got pulled over into this parking lot. And she's, like, panicking, like, rocking back and forth. Because she's fighting with, her boyfriend or whoever. And, like, she literally almost killed us. Like, genuinely almost killed us. So, like, I start freaking out. I'm like, we have to drive her car home. We don't have my car. We don't have anyone to come pick us up. We start freaking out. We eventually, like, drive back to where my car is. We go all the way back to my friend Jenna's house. We get in my car, and then we panic. Because we didn't know what to do, because we were, like, teenagers. Like, we're 18, what do you do?
Call the police.
This was, like, super late at night. This was, like, 11, 12, and we all had work the next morning. So we went home, went to sleep, like, whatever. Went to work the next morning, and we kind of, like, had processed what had went on. And Jenna had decided it would be best to call the police, which, like,
Hello, yes, call the police.
so she called the police in that district, and she made a police report. Well, I guess word had spread around the place we worked at, and she had came into work the next day, Lee had, and then she said, like, oh, I have to use the restroom. And she went back to her bag, got her bag, walked all the way out of the restaurant, and just disappeared. Never came back to work. Never, nothing. And nothing happened with the police report. So, I don't know. It's just on file, I guess. And we did see her eventually after that. And we had conversations with her, which is a whole nother story time. Like, that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, she literally almost killed it. Like, I thought we were going to die. But yeah, and I'm going to ask Jenna if she has anything to say. And then I will put the recording in. So hopefully she has something to say. If not, wow, that's rude.
What the fuck do you want me to say? Like, she maced me in the face 4 times while I was driving her car and tried to make us all fucking die. I mean, the end.
if you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. I'm hoping to post once a week from now on. So we'll see. I'm not very consistent, but I want to be. So if there's anything you want to see from me, let me know down in the comments. Bye!